A Step into the Past Volume 23 Chapter 6. Book 23 Chapter 06, Expired Love. Xie Ziwan had a ghastly expression on his face and appears to be in distress. The moment he saw Xiang Xiaolong, he began dragging him towards the main entrance, explaining, "Little brother unexpectedly has something urgent to attend to and may not be able to fetch brother Shen at the predetermined time. Therefore, I chose to come by much earlier." Xiang Xiaolong suggested, "Since brother Xie has an important task at hand, we can simply postpone our activities." Xie Ziwan shook his head and apologized, "That would land me in hot soup. Originally, I thought of sending someone to fetch you but felt that was inappropriate after reconsideration. Moreover, it is more convenient this way, as I will be passing by. Once I delivered brother Shen back to my residence, you'll have to make do without little brother for some time." As the two men stepped out of the main gate, they entered the square where 30-odd family warriors were awaiting their esteemed presence with horses and a carriage. This is the first time Xiang Xiaolong witnessed Xie Ziwan in such a grand and imposing procession. He was amazed. Brother Xie is truly awe-inspiring. Shaking his head, Xie Ziwan sighed, "It is not my style to take on a high profile, but Zongsun Long demanded I do so. Let's speak further in the carriage." An attendant opened the carriage door and the two men climbed aboard, taking their respective seats. As the carriage drove out of the villa, Xie Ziwan sighed with a breath, "Don't be misled by the lively and prosperous appearance of Lin Ziai. Behind the scenes, every person can barely fend for themselves and one will never know when trouble will come knocking." Xiang Xiaolong probed in a low voice, "Is brother Xie referring to the two princes fighting for the throne of Qi?" Xie Ziwan was astounded, "I did not expect brother Shen to know about these insider information." Xiang Xiaolong wondered, "I just have a rough idea about what is going on." Looking at brother Xie's heavy frown, has something abrupt happened, causing brother Xie so much anxiety? Sighing again, Xie Ziwan insisted in a deep voice, "For brother Shen, some things are better left unknown. I shall send brother Shen to my residence first for a talk with my wife. After meeting Zongsun Long, I shall return back to see brother Shen. Hey! No matter what, we must definitely have a good time tonight. Brother Shen should be capable of negotiating with my wife, right?" Xiang Xiaolong had a good laugh, "I thought brother Xie has forgotten all about it." Xie Ziwan bitterly laughed, "Compared to all previous occasions, little brother is most wanting now for a visit to a brothel to distress. Xiang Xiaolong is concerned about Shanro and his love covers her family, which includes Xie Ziwan as well. Nonetheless, he is conscious that Xie Ziwan would not easily reveal the intricacies of the palace infighting to an outsider like himself." His mind thinking at the speed of electricity and grasping the genuine reason, he tested his theory, "Is it Lu Bue deploying some devious scheme?" Xie Ziwan was thunderstruck, "How did brother Shen know about this?" Lowering his voice, Xiang Xiaolong clarified, "I did stay in Xianyang for a period of time and was on extremely good terms with the movers and shakers of the Qin court, leading to my familiarity with Lu Bue's evil methods, resulting in my calculated guess." Xie Ziwan was caught in a daze for a while before reflecting, "Movers and shakers. This is the first time little brother has heard this phrase, and after thinking thoroughly, it is such an apt description. Who are the people that brother Shen is familiar with?" Xiang Xiaolong mentioned the names Li Si, the Lord Chongping brothers, and naturally included his own name. Upon hearing, Xie Ziwan was left gaping with his mouth wide open and tongue-tied. Exhaling a breath, he observed, "That means brother Shen is well acquainted with the loyal subjects of Yingzheng? The best of the lot is Xiang Xiaolong. Despite using every trick in the book, Lu Bue is still unable to trip him up. By the way, brother Shen, is Yingzheng the son of Lu Bue and Zhu Ji?" Xiang Xiaolong resolutely affirmed, "Of course not. Otherwise, their relationship would not be so strained. What did Lu Bue do exactly that has caused brother Xie so much agony? Did he make some remarks to your great king?" Xie Ziwan is truly a kind soul. Shaking his head, he enlightened, the affairs which I am involved in are of such importance that any illusions would result in the extermination of one's clan. Little brother is afraid of implicating brother Shen. It is better for brother Shen to stay out of this. Xiang Xiaolong knows that it would be unkind to press on any further, and he secretly swore to prevent anyone from exterminating the household of Shan Rou. However, he is unable to come up with a suitable solution, for he is unaware of the whole picture. Xie Ziwan changed the topic. It seems like Feng Fei holds brother Shen in high regard. Remembering the ever-complex relationship between Feng Fei and himself, he plainly muttered a reply. Focusing his attention back to the succession dispute of Qi, he realized that he could not longer ignore this event, for it has a direct impact on Shan Rou's household. Tian Dan and Liu Bue are professionals when it comes to the scheming game. Faced with opponents like Zhang Xunlong, Xie Ziwan, and supported by the other states, it is still unclear who will be the final victor. It would be wonderful if Zhou Yan is still around. All this world-famous fortune-telling grandmaster has to do is to point to the stars and say a few words to overpower all the persuasion and debating strategies thrown at the king of Qi. By this time, the carriage has arrived at Xie residence and Xiang Xiaolong disembarked. Without dismounting at all, Xie Ziwan rode the same carriage to Zhang Xunlong's villa for a secret meeting with their allies. A maid led Xiang Xiaolong into the inner residence to see Shan Rou. Along the way, Xiang Xiaolong repeatedly warned himself mentally, reminding himself that Shan Rou has become the wife of another man and there must not be any rekindling of past love. Otherwise, he would be acting against his own conscience. Shan Rou, without a doubt, is still Shan Rou. Without the slightest display of womanly vulnerability, she expectedly chased all her servants to the side hall before going straight to the point. Have I become a man-eating tiger after getting married? How dare you flee for your life at the first sight of me? Have you developed a habit of running for your life? Continuing with a puci giggle, she shot him a look with the aura of a MILF, laughing as she panted, and will be in wherever he goes. How dare you collaborate with Ziwan to deceive me? If not for Zhao Ji, account, I would have broken both your dog legs. Witnessing Shan Rou's ferociousness, Xiang Xiaolong was instead relieved. Vulgarly taking a seat, he smiled. Why aren't you bringing me your two white and chubby sons for a look? Little brother is extremely fond of anyone who resembles Madame Rou. Are they born inherently with fist-fighting and leg-kicking skills? Shan Rou laughed heartily like the shaking of flowers on branches, collapsing onto the floor. She wailed, how I wish I can give you a beating right now. After become the mistress of the Xie household, it is not easy to find someone who would retaliate physically or verbally. With master unwilling to duel and coupled with his batch of useless disciples, my hands are really itching. Xiang Xiaolong finally understood, no wonder brother Xie is terrified of you. Glaring viciously at him, Shan Rou hissed, don't make me sound so frightening. Shall we have a friendly duel using wooden swords? Xiang Xiaolong had a brainwave. Your master has 4 top disciples and I know 2 of them are Han Ji and Zhang Xunhua. Who are the other 2? With a look of contempt on her face, Shan Rou disparaged, what 4 top disciples? I have no idea. I only know master is most fond of me, Shan Rou. That turtle egg Zhang Xunhua is just a cowardly good for nothing. Every time I suggested a friendly exchange, he would make up all sorts of excuses. How I wish I could cut his balls off. Hearing that, Xiang Xiaolong could not help but hold his tummy and burst out into laughter. Even though this obstinate beauty has become a mother of 2 children, she did not lose a single bit of her unique style, satisfying him to a great extent. He took the opportunity to ask, does Tian Dan know you have become Madame Xie? Shan Rou coldly grunted, so what if he knows about it? That old crook should prepare a huge prayer session to thank his ancestors in heaven that I did not pursue the matter any further. It is really bizarre. After killing the fake dummy, all the hatred and anger in my heart has dissipated. Although that villain is still alive and kicking, I have long regarded him as a dead man. Xiang Xiaolong grew solemn. Shall we talk about something more serious? Are you familiar with Han Ji? What kind of person is he? What is his character like? Pouting her cute little mouth, Shan Ro scorned, what kind of good man would end up as Lao Ai's partner in crime? He has earned neither my admiration nor respect. However, his sword skills do hold water. She suddenly frowned. Why are you not on your way back to Xianyang? Ji must be worried sick. Xiang Xiaolong bitterly smiled. I ended up here because there was no other way out. Do you think I am here to tour the local sites? Shan Ro nodded. I heard both the roads and the river has been blockaded due to several days of continuous snowstorm. One cannot survive without a decent fire stove. When the weather gets better, I will get Ziwan to send you away. Xiang Xiaolong had a big shock. You must never do that. Brother Xia must not know about my real identity. If this matter leaks out, he would be found guilty of deceiving the king. Shan Ro proudly declared, based on the reputation of the Xia family, worse come to worse, he would only lose his official post. What's so good about being an official? Xiang Xiaolong is aware that her hatred and opposition is due to her father holding an official post and eventually facing a clan extermination order. He agreed, Brother Xia is too kind and gullible. It is not very suitable for someone of his character to thrive in officialdom. Shan Ro chuckled, neither you nor him are good people anyway, forever thinking of having a good time outside with other women. You nearly became an accomplice. Xiang Xiaolong simply reasoned, the less he gets, the more he wants. You can try forcing him to visit brothels for 10 straight nights. I guarantee he would be so sick of them he would avoid them like plague in the future. Besides, he visits brothels for inspiration for his music composition and is not really sleeping around. Her almond-shaped eyes staring at him, Shan Ro interrogated, did he plead with you to negotiate with me on his behalf? In actual fact, like Xia Ziwan, Xiang Xiaolong is terrified of Shan Ro. He raised his arms, surrendering, Big Sister Ro should know whose side I am on. Thawing, Shan Ro sweetly smiled, of course I know law. It is wonderful that you are here. How about this? While Ziwan is having a good time outside, you shall accompany me. Xiang Xiaolong stammered, what? Shan Ro justified, it is only fair. Xiang Xiaolong bitterly smiled, to be honest, I am spending every day thinking of how to preserve my life. Shan Ro scolded, forget it. You think you are so desirable? Who needs your company? Both of you better scram as far as you can, otherwise, do not blame me for being merciless. Xiang Xiaolong was dumbfounded at her words. Shan Ro instead shot him a look and cackled with AAAPUCI, I'm just scaring you. How would I bear to chase you away? Master Xiang is little girl's first lover. If I cannot even grant such a small request, how can you face up to Ziwan's expectations? How about this? I shall permit the two of you to have all the fun you want tonight, but you must return by 11 o'clock, otherwise, Ziwan will have to sleep at your place. Rubbing her tummy, she wailed, we shall not wait for Ziwan any longer. I'm hungry. When dinner is over and there is still no sight of Xia Ziwan, Xiang Xiaolong took the opportunity to bid farewell and made his way back to Tingsong Villa. Just as he stepped into the villa, the sentry reported, Chancellor Li from Chu sent someone to look for Master Shen, but Master Shen is not around, so he left. Hey! Master Shen is truly well connected. Our band of brothers will follow you in the future. In his mind, Xiang Xiaolong was thinking, I can barely fend for myself, how am I supposed to take care of so many of you? As he gave a token response, this young family warrior named Qi Zishun lowered his voice and disclosed, your servant has something to report to Master Shen. It is something for Master Shen to be aware of, and it mustn't be known to others that it was I who leaked this information to you. Xiang Xiaolong was surprised, what is it? Qi Zishun began, earlier today, I saw Gu Ming and Fang Sheng behaving in a suspicious manner and the two men slipped out into the streets. I decided to stalk them and witnessed them conversing with S.A. Li. I believe they are up to no good and I am worried that they are plotting something against you, Master Shen. Xiang Xiaolong thought, I have my limitations and cannot cope with so many issues cropping up at the same time. The best solution is to make another pair of ice skis, and while the snow outside the city is waist deep, it is the perfect timing to skate away. Even if all the soldiers of the 6 states were to jointly pursue him, it would still be fruitless. This plan is indeed appealing, but the problem lies with him being unable to convince himself. Moreover, Xie Ziwan's problem is unresolved and he can never leave with a peace of mind. Patting Qi Zishun's shoulder and dispatching some words of encouragement, he ambled towards the inner courtyard. Qi Zishun instead caught up to him and pulled him to a corner before adding, "This is something more I need to tell Master Shen." Upon Gu Ming's return, he went to look for second mistress. Following that, second mistress and Miss Xiaochen left the villa too. Xiang Xiaolong was burning with rage. Up till today, Dong Shuzhen and Zhu Xiaochen don't know what's good for them and have remained in cahoots with S.A. Li. To think he is still risking his life by staying behind for their sake. Back at the inner residence, Xiao Yuan is waiting for him in a small side hall in the same courtyard where his bedroom is located. He gleefully exclaimed, "Big brother has fulfilled your request. Look." As he spoke, he produced a roll of parchment from his bosom and opened it up for Xiang Xiaolong's perusal. It was indeed a blueprint of Qixia College that Xiang Xiaolong desired. Xiang Xiaolong was overjoyed. "That's fast." Xiao Yuan enlightened, "It took me 4 long hours to finish drawing it." Pointing to the city gate drawn on the right side of the map, he gushed, "This gate is named Baishao Gate and is situated at the west of Big City. It is also known as Qi Gate and the college is beyond it. Qixia College is built near the river, increasing transportation conveniences. With the river flowing partially around it, the college becomes even more mesmerizing to look at and is among the top 8 touring sites of Linzai. It is a must-see attraction." Scrutinizing the parchment map, Xiang Xiaolong sighed, "Qixia College is like a small city outside the city. It even has its own city wall and roads. If I were to abruptly barge in looking for my saber, it would be like finding a needle in a haystack." Drawing attention to a cluster of magnificent buildings, Xiao Yuan indicated, "This is Qixia Hall, serving as the assembly grounds for the college as well as the place where all ceremonies and prayers would be held. Your 100 battle saber is hanging on the south wall of the big hall." Xiang Xiaolong was fiercely determined, "Tonight is the night I will get my saber back." Xiao Yuan was stunned, "This is not the best time, right? Why don't Xiaolong steal the saber when you are about to leave Qi?" Xiang Xiaolong swore, "After I steal the saber tonight, I will leave Linzai first time tomorrow morning, saving Han Chuang and his conspirators plenty of headache and consideration." Xiao Yuan was mystified. The heavy snow has paralyzed all forms of transportation beyond Linzai city. How are you going to leave? Xiang Xiaolong confidently assured, "I have my ways of traveling across heavy snow, otherwise, I would not have landed up here. Big brother can put your mind at ease." Xiao Yuan frowned, "It would be best if you can leave here immediately, but didn't you commit to assisting Feng Fei, Dong Shuzhen, and the other courtesans?" Xiang Xiaolong coldly hissed, "That is purely my one-sided and naive thinking. In fact, I am merely one of their pawns. Presently, I am feeling disheartened and will only make plans for myself." His words are filled with strong emotions. Right now, his only worry is Shan Rou. However, the internal strife of Qi is beyond his jurisdiction and he cannot help much even if he stays. The minute he decides to leave the next morning, he can feel his entire body relaxing tremendously. Whatever that is about to happen is totally none of his business. Since Feng Fei, Dong Shuzhen, and the others are treating him like an ID10T, why should he occupy himself with their affairs? Xiao Yuan supported, "I will prepare clothing and provisions for you at once. Tomorrow morning, I shall smuggle you out of the city." Suddenly recalling something, he frowned, "How are you going to steal your saber tonight?" Unless you have a special travel pass, nobody is going to open the city gates for you in the middle of the night. Slapping his forehead, Xiang Xiaolong cursed, I forgot the city gates would be closed. He began to feel anxious as he can foresee snow accumulating on the walls of the city, causing them to be impossible to climb. But he continued brainstorming at the speed of light, rationalizing that if even Mount Everest can be scaled, what is a measly city wall? Inspired, he wondered, is there any way elder brother can get his hands on a dozen iron chisels? Seemingly understanding his intentions, Xiao Yuan was pleased. Tomorrow, I will buy them for you from the blacksmith along the neighboring street. Do you need a hammer too? Xiang Xiaolong chuckled, since I am going to steal, I might as well steal the hammer and chisels tonight. It would shield elder brother from any future implications too. Xiao Yuan agreed, since you are planning on leaving, it is always better to leave earlier than later. Reaching out and holding Xiang Xiaolong's hand, he hinted, after Lu Bui's downfall, I may accompany you to the borderlands. I am really sick of the Central Plains. When Xiao Yuan left, Xiang Xiaolong retrieved Bloodwave and inspected the climbing equipment on his body. Upon completion, he is still feeling agitated, so he concealed a dagger on each calf and had a short rest before putting on his clothes and heading to the rear entrance of the villa. With heavy snow continuously landing from above, everybody within the villa is keeping to his or her respective bedrooms. When the rear entrance came into sight, Xiang Xiaolong's senses suddenly picked up something and he hastily scrambled behind a large tree. The rear entrance door sprung open and 3 silhouettes slipped in. Borrowing whatever blurred illumination the faraway lanterns could offer, Xiang Xiaolong recognized 2 of them to be Feng Fei and Little Pinger. The third person is a tall and imposing man whose face remains hidden. After a reluctant Feng Fei converse briefly with the man, he reminded in a deep voice, you must not let your heart soften. This Shen Liang is only after your money and body. Xiang Xiaolong was shaken, for he could pinpoint the voice to be that of Han Ji's. There is a difference between knowing something and affirming something. All of a sudden, he is beginning to resent Feng Fei. Based on her intelligence, she could not tell that beyond Han Ji's handsome outlook, he is basically a wolf in sheep's clothing. Feng Fei had wanted to say something but held herself back and sighed with a breath. When Han Ji left, both owner and servant returned back to their building. Hit by a brainwave, Xiang Xiaolong ran out in pursuit. In the dark alley, the carriage Han Ji was using to send Feng Fei home was about to drive off. As the alley is narrow and slippery, the carriage is moving at a slow pace. Xiang Xiaolong darted over and scaled the back of the carriage, noiselessly landing on the roof and prostrating down. He did not think about the purpose of this tactic and is just trying his luck. If the carriage is not heading towards his ideal direction, he can leave any time he wants. With this kind of weather, it is a perfect setting for crime.